Hi guys, welcome to this episode of Greedy About Books. I am Anjana, the greedy reader, and like I mentioned in my previous video, I have come with more women authors. This time I've got Indian authors who have been translated from their regional language into English. August, like I keep telling you, is the month for women in translation. So if you can get books of women authors who have been translated, go get it and read it. Okay, so today let's move on to the first book. The first book I have got for you today is a book which was written in Urdu. The book is called Prisoner Number 100, an account of my nights and days in prison, written by Anjum Habib and translated from Urdu into English by Saba Hussain. Like the title denotes, it is a real life account. It is an account of Anjum Habib's days in prison, days and nights in prison, in Tihar jail. She was arrested in February 2003 in Delhi and jailed. She is a Kashmiri Muslim woman and she was arrested under the Prevention of Terrorism Act. So Anjum Habib spent 5 years in prison. So this book is an account of her time there, and it tells you of her experiences with the system, with the police, with the courts, with her fellow inmates. You know, the fact that she was a Kashmiri Muslim made a difference to them. And it also shows her relationship and her experiences with people whom she thought were her friends. All these things are woven into the narrative, and it is like a day by day routine of what she goes through. That is Prisoner Number 100 by Anjum Habib. Next, let's move on to another book, and this time I am taking you to Manipur. The second book is called The Maharaja's Household, written by Binodini and translated into English by Somi Roy. So Binodini is actually a part of the royal household, and her real name is Maharaj Kumari Binodini Devi. She had adopted the name of Binodini, and she writes under that name. And her other book has won a Sahitya Academy Award. The Maharaja's Household book I have for you today is actually a collection of essays she had written for newspapers. And it's a surprisingly intimate view of the royal household and the activities that happen there. It's like part memoir, part eyewitness account, what she has seen, and of the lavish lifestyle. This is the Maharajas under the British rule. Okay, so the lavish lifestyle, what happens there, the empathy that the writer has for the common man that she sees there, who have to interact with the royal household. So all this comes through in Binodini's The Maharaja's Household. It's a very interesting view of the Manipuri royal family. Now let's move to the other side. From east, let's go to the west, and I'm taking you to Karnataka. The book is Gulabi Talkies, written by Vaidehi and translated by Tejaswini Niranjana. This is a collection of 20 short stories. So Vaidehi is the pen name of the Kannada author Janaki Srinivasa Murthy. So she writes very, very beautifully, very intricately about the ordinary life of women. So this time it is set in coastal Karnataka. The ordinary life of women and what they have to face. So what they go through, different characters. There are some very interesting characters that Vaidehi has chosen as a protagonist. There is a midwife who's also the gatekeeper in the cinema. Then there is a girl who tells her neighbor that she wants to be a prostitute. There is a half-crazed woman who thinks she's pregnant. So these are the kind of protagonists that Vaidehi has come up with. And she writes very passionately and intensely about life there. The translation is really superb. So go and read Gulabi Talkies by Vaidehi. This has been made into a movie too. So now we come to the last. I look like I'm playing the piano, no? But I keep doing this, I don't know why. So let me just hold my hands together. So now we come to the last book in this list. I've kept it very short, okay? I've been very clever. I thought if I bring a long list, then nobody is going to go beyond 3. So if I say 4, they'll be like, okay, 3 and 1 more, that's it. So, but I have plans. I have great plans, my friends. What I have decided is that I will come with these short videos which have 4 or 5 authors in them. Okay, 4 authors in them, and I'll spring it onto you guys. So yeah, that is my nefarious plan. I have all these plans which nothing happens. Okay, so I'm rambling. Let me come back to the final book in the series. The final book in the series is called I Want to Destroy Myself by Malika Amar Sheikh. It was written in Marathi and it has been translated into English by Jerry Pinto. So this book is the life story of Malika. She was married to the founder of the Dalit Panthers called Namdev Dhazal. So Malika had a very idealized view of the person that she was marrying. She was only 17 years old when she married. So she thought that this person would have the same kind of ideals in his personal life. He was a poet and she was totally in love with him. But reality is very different. She finds that he is an abuser. She finds that he totally neglects her. He goes with other women. He does not give her enough money for the household. And she has a couple of abortions. She has a son and then she has a couple of abortions. She chooses to have abortions because she says, I do not want to bring another child into this. So these are choices that women have to make in their lives, difficult choices. They're not easy, they're very, very difficult choices. And these are the kind of choices that Malika needs to make in her life. It is a very, very, very intense portrayal of her life. So that is the final book of today. I Want to Destroy Myself by Malika Amar Sheikh. The story of a very, very unhappy and sad marriage. So, and her life, marriage and her life. Basically marriage because she got married at 17. So large part of her life is her marriage, is her married life. So those were the 4 books of today. Prisoner number 100 in Urdu, written in Urdu, translated by Sabah Hussain, written by Anjum Habib, account of her days and nights in Tihar jail for 5 years. Then I took you to Manipur, where we looked at the Maharaja's household, written by Binodini, translated by Somire. And then we trotted off to Karnataka, where we found Vaidehi and her amazing stories in Gulabi Talkies. Then we ended up in Maharashtra with Malika Amar Sheikh's story, I Want to Destroy Myself, translated by Jerry Pinto. So a very intense, passionate look at the life of a person who went through immense despair. So these are the 4 books that I have for you today, and I will come back next week with other books, and much later I'll come back with other women authors. Okay, so you guys go read. See, I will go on saying things like read and all that, but I understand that there are compulsions that do not allow all of you to read. So if you can get audiobooks, do that, because this world of stories that I'm talking to you about is amazing. It's a beautiful escape for you. It's a great escape, and it also teaches you a lot of things. Okay, I shall come back from a teacher mode and tell you that if you can read. Otherwise, just get stories into your life. Okay, so till we meet next week with Startup, bye bye, see you from me. Have a great week ahead.